What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? You just made it crooked. Can you straighten it out, please? On Facebook Live, it's your girl Angelia. It's this. You gotta remember. You gotta have it up here so it doesn't actually pull down the camera, the phone. Oh, you're right. I did. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. The flip side. What's up, everybody? What is up? What's up? I'm sorry we're late, but if you knew the weekend that I had, if you knew the day that I had, you would totally not hold me accountable. You'd be like, girl, make your money. Do what you got to do. Because, you know, we talked about last week, this one right here, want cars and stuff. Now he's asking for a boat. I told him how much my bonus check was going to be next month. He was like, can a nigga just get a boat? I was like, what? Can we get the car first?
Ask and you shall receive.
And now it's gonna be a truck. So now he's not even getting a car. Now it's a truck. You know, that just kind of just like happened like that. Oh, I got 5 of those. I thought I only had 4. Focus. I gotta focus. What's up, everybody? Let us know when you're on. Let us know where you're watching from. Drop a 1. Let us know you're watching live. And if you happen to catch the replay, drop a 2. That's Nikisha that's on, and Andrea's on. I'm gonna pull it up on here on my iPad. Let us know, guys. How was your weekend? Mine was jam-packed.
Kathy.
Yes. Hi, Kathy. Mine was jam-packed. We had an amazing weekend. Shout out to my zebras. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yvette?
Huh?
Was that Yvette?
No, baby. I don't see no Yvette.
Yvonne or something.
I don't know, but you interrupted my shout-out.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This isn't pure romance here. This is the flip side. You just been pure romancing all day. You need to tone out. And tune in.
And I'm so oily.
Why you got so much of that room over there?
I know. I was looking at that. I don't know. I got to move the thing.
No, not the whole thing. Just the top.
What do you mean?
That's all right there.
What are you talking about?
Look how you have all this dead space over here, and I'm like on the edge of the camera.
So what do you want me to do? Move over?
All you have to do is this, babe. That's all
no, because now it's crooked. Move it closer.
Look, perfect.
Oh, perfect. It's not perfect. It's crooked.
You're always trying to be in charge of some stuff.
I can't help it. I'm the alpha female.
And I'm the king.
So again, shout out to my zebras. We broke a record today, and I'm shouting it out to the world, even on the flip side, because I can do that because I executive produce this show as well. Okay, so shout out to the zebras for breaking a record. We did $169,400 and something, and tomorrow it's going to be over 170. I already know. I'm excited about that, and listen, we're doing 2 million.
Let me know when you're doing the flip side. I'll be back.
Come back here.
What the hell?
Now you hating. Now see,
I'm not hating.
It's the zebras that's gonna help them get that boat, and now all of a sudden I can't plug us. You know what I'm saying?
You can plug.
I can't plug. Hi, Valerie.
But we gotta do some things first, like do the disclaimer, you know, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, you can do it. Thank you, Nikisha. Yeah, girl, and Nikisha, my biggest override to date, girl. It's about to hit 10,000. Okay, I'm like, yes, girl. Okay, all right, I'm done pure romancing for right now. Go ahead, do the disclaimer.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Angel Black. Just call me Black for short. Mm-hmm. And you know what? This show is intended for mature audiences. So please, if there are any children around, send them away so you know, we can protect their ears. This is for grown folks. And that's it.
That's it. You sure that's it?
That's it.
That's all you got to say?
For now.
Well, you know, you're leading this show today because I don't even know what the topic is. I've been too inundated with all the other things, and you had something on your mind that you actually wanted to talk about today. So you're going to need some backup. You're going to need some men on here for this topic,
well,
I feel.
You know, I don't, not necessarily.
Bert said, what's up, Black and Angela?
Yo. Bert, what's up, man? I thought I was going to be out here in the desert by myself. That's all right. You're like a fresh drink of water. Thank you for showing up, my man. But no, tonight we're going to talk about what are you in charge of? Do you feel like you're in charge of something? Well, I want to tell you what I feel like one of the things I'm in charge of, and that's something that's considered a dying breed. The old school. The original way things used to be done. Now everything is so modern, microwavable, you know what I mean? But there's something that's been appointed to me because I have a responsibility to try to keep a dying breed from dying all the way out.
Well, who says you have that responsibility? Who gave you that?
Well, when I was 10, I rode bikes and I skated and I played marbles. When I was in my teens, late teens, I was in the Air Force.
Wait, I don't know if us grown women can take this voice though. She said, yes, come through, Black.
So,
Go ahead.
It's like, I'm getting ready to be 60 years old on April the 7th, coming up soon, getting ready to be 60. I'm more 60 than I am 59. And so that's what makes me. Because now, when my father was alive, it was my father's turn. And now it's my turn. And my turn is to reach back and talk about the things that, they don't get talked about now.
Like what?
Like what?
Like what?
Well, I always talk about it. I always talk about, everybody having their place and their order and everything. And it's not like that. Today's society, because of everything that's happening, it's all out of order. Everybody's just everywhere. And nobody is where they should be because they're too busy trying to be wherever they feel they need to be. And in the process, a lot of that, like when I was a kid, I didn't really get a whooping because I wasn't a bad kid. But
You didn't get whoopings?
Nah.
I used to get my ass beat.
Not me.
Hi, Audra. What's up, lady?
Not me.
And Bert said Aries in the house and that you're never alone.
For a fact.
I used to get, you never got whoopings?
I didn't get whoopings. I wasn't a bad kid.
I got so many whoopings, man. I was mischievous. I was always trying to do something I had no business doing. Sneaking something, sneaking out.
That's
doing
because
something.
the people who are normally on the other side of the tracks, they think that this side of the tracks is where it's at. Mm-hmm. But where we at, we on this side of the track, and we like, damn, we really want to get out of here and get over there. So it's always wanting to be somewhere that you're not. You want to think that somewhere else is better. And that's primarily what's going on now because everybody's thinking that what we doing now is better than what y'all was doing then. You know what I mean? And that's not the truth. The truth is that there's a lot of essence that's missing these days because everybody is on some new crap. You know what I mean?
Or at least what they think is new, because it's really not new. It's been done before. There's nothing new under the sun. Just coming back around again.
The method of application is different, though. Because there used to be a time when I was growing up that even when I played football and basketball, we was in the locker room and all of that. It was, it wasn't like it is now. You wouldn't walk around showing your drawers. The drawers were like, yo, nobody sees my underwear, but, me. Now they're walking around and their drawers are hanging out. Just different things. Now the music, back then it was like.
It was the same. They just worded it differently. They was smoother.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all gone now, right? Because back then you had Barry White, right? And he was talking about, do-do, do-do. And he was, yo, baby, you know what I'm saying? And I want to do something nice to you. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, I'm gonna suck a dick. I'm gonna fuck you in your face. And I'm like,
you know what? I was listening to a song the other day.
Wet ass pussy wop.
Wait,
like,
no.
Oh my God.
He's right. I was listening to this song the other day. Y'all know that song? Dun, 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 dun. I was just fronting. I forget who sings it, but I had only heard the clean version where he's talking about, he said I was just fronting, right? But in the dirty version, he's saying I was just fucking. And he's telling the woman that you knew that that's all it was. And now you saying you're pregnant. That ain't my baby, bitch. Going on. He's talking about fucking till she bleed and all. I was like, that's a song they put out on the radio?
I'm telling you.
What?
They are like really off the chain. It's not just music, but the movies. It was
horrific.
We was riding in the car. Me and my two children were riding on the car. We had I think it was 104.5 or 97.9 we was listening to. And the dude was singing something foul, right? So I changed the channel, put it on another channel. And the dude was like, yeah, and fuck. And I was like,
on the radio?
On the radio. Fuck. On the radio. I looked at my daughter. I said, did he say fuck? And she just kind of looked at me and smiled. I was like, oh, man. So what's happening is, we're not careful. We're busy. We're trying to make boat money. Truck money.
Hi, LQ. What's up, babe?
We try to make all these, quotas and so on and so forth. And we got to go to work and this, that, and the other. We got internet. We didn't have internet. We didn't have computers. We barely had a TV. You know what I mean? The music was different. The atmosphere was different. And so we're so busy and our children are on computers. And especially now with this pandemic thing, right? Our children are on computers. And while they're on the computer doing the work, pow, pop up, and it's colorful and music is bumping and this, that, and the other. And then it takes our children into another place. And when they get there, they're seeing some stuff they shouldn't see. They're hearing some things they shouldn't hear. You understand? And so things are changing, right? And so there's people like me that have a few years under their belt that remember how it used to be and can see how it is now and say, yo, I got to reach back. I got to reach deep inside and then confront all of this stuff that's going on. And that goes for everything. The structure of the home, the whole shebang is totally out of order. So I wanted to say that I had this notion, because I'm like this storyteller dude, right? And the storyteller is supposed to tell a story. And so since I'm here, I'm going to tell the story of how it used to be so that you can know how it is now and be able to compare it. I'm like, it feels like everybody's so modernized, they don't forgot the old school.
Well, you remember, for those that know the Bible, I remember reading somewhere that it's like, or I don't know if it was the Bible or just something that we talked about, that, everything that was once good is now looked at as bad, and everything that was bad is now looked at as good.
Exactly.
Yep, and that's exactly where we are.
It's definitely been flipped. That's why we had a flip side, right? Because I'm going to tell you how it used to be. She can tell you how it is now. And how she rolling and how I don't roll with that. That's why, it seems like...
We butt heads a lot on that.
Seems like I'm chauvinistic, right? Mm-hmm. And I am. I'm chauvinistic because I believe in my heart of hearts that it's not that women can't do things. It's just that women shouldn't do certain things.
Lisa, you're so right. She says the cartoons have some subtle messages. Also, people got to be careful.
SpongeBob.
I definitely SpongeBob. But even Mickey Mouse. What did you see?
Mickey Mouse, then they be showing these subliminal messages with the 666 in it. They just flashing it. They have it makeup in there. You can't. But if you slow down and you watching it, like I be sitting back and I be doing something in the kitchen and something will be said on the TV and it's like, and then I'm watching and I'm listening and I'm like, and my kids are like this, look. And I'm like, my children are being hypnotized and stolen from me. So subtly.
D-Lo's watching. Hi, D-Lo.
You know what I'm saying? D-Lo.
What's up, D-Lo?
What's up? Anyway, so the old school is something that has to be preserved. And you can't expect a youngster to talk about the old school. So it falls on us older cats and older ladies to still hold on to it because what's popular now ain't necessarily the right thing. And so if we just say, that's the way it is, and then the kids, they don't have no respect because they're like, that's the way y'all used to do it. We don't do it that way no more. And there's a problem with that. There's a serious problem with that. And me, as a parent, I was like, I never got whoopings, but I thought to myself, you know what? There was a certain fear that I had of getting an ass whooping. I didn't want to get no ass whooping. And I grew up here in Texas, part of my life, and they was kicking your ass at school. Capital punishment. They had a paddle that was made out of 2x4, had holes in it. And so they could aerodynamic whoop your ass. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. You either got 3 licks or your ass had to go home for 3 days. And when they went to give you the licks, as they called them, they would grab your pants and pull them tight because they wanted you to get every motherfucking inch of that ass whooping that they was going to give you. They wanted to get it because they were trying to discourage you from being on that path of nonsense. Nowadays, we want to be so modern. I want to talk to my children. I want to explain to them.
Well, that's how you are.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Because we try to modernize.
I will spank. This one wants to talk.
You understand? We modernize in the time. But see, things change and we've lost a lot of stuff from the old school. So when you see me being controversial, when you see or hear me saying something you're not familiar with, or I keep quoting something from the past or saying old school or this, that, and the other. It's not because I want to be controversial. It's because there's controversy. And I don't mind confronting it because I believe in confronting shit.
Yes, you're confrontational.
I'm confrontational.
Misha says whoop their ass. And then wait, Andrea says she preferred the school licks than over them calling her parents.
Oh.
So your parents must have been play.
Got home with a black and blue ass several times. But not me. I wasn't going to take it.
You were going to get one and your sister shut it down.
No, I was going to take an ass whooping one day. And, they was like, okay, we're going to give you 3 licks. I didn't know what 3 licks was. Because, I was from out of New York. I'm like, what's a lick? I'm like, 3 licks? What are you going to lick? So they said 3 licks is 3 paddles. Now, mind you, where I come from, there wasn't no capital punishment. So I'm like, 3 paddles. I'm like, what do you mean? They were like, pull. He said, okay, you just hold on to the desk right here. And he pulled out this freaking board. It was about like this. I'm like, made at the wood shop. Had his name on it and shit. It was varnished and all. It had a handle on it. And then he called it, what he called it? Thunder.
Damn.
That's what he called it.
You about to get the thunder.
You about to get the thunder. And I was like, what are you going to do with that? And he said, you're going to get 3 licks or 3 days.
Wait, do you remember what you did for them to want to get you with the licks?
Yeah, I was at home ec.
Messing with the girls.
I was at home ec,
that's
baby.
What it is.
It was the cookies. Ladies. I was there for the cookies.
Yeah.
So, I really did like home ec because of the cookies.
What you do? Were you supposed to be in there? You weren't.
No. I was like in home ec like 4 times a day. And so they were like, yo, we know he's at school, but he ain't in class. So they popped me, right? And the coach was the vice principal, so he was the one with the big arm so that he could give you the thunder. So when he pulled it out, he would say, yo, you're going to take these 3 licks because you've been cutting class, and you can take these 3 paddles, or you can go home for 3 days. And so I said, I'm going home for 3 days. You're not going to hit me. He said, well, I'm going to have to call your sister. I said, call her. Because I was staying with my sister. So my sister said, Jesse. That's what they call me. That's my family name. Jesse, go on, take the licks. I said, sis, have you seen what they hitting us with over here, what they want to hit us with? And she said, no. I said, sis, I'm not doing it. She said, I'm on my way. She came up here to the school. I was going to Dunbar High School. She come to the school. She come to the office. I'm sitting out there like, oh, shit. Because my sister ain't going to give you the option. Do you want 3 licks? She going to bust your ass. So I'm like, damn, I'd rather take ass whooping from my sister than let this big arm fool hit me with thunder. Because I know my sister's going to have some mercy, and this dude looked like he wasn't going to have no mercy. And I know he won't have no mercy because I played football, and he didn't show us no mercy out there on the damn field. So I know he was going to kick my ass. I was like, nah. So he's like, yeah, he's been cutting class.
I know, Amisha, he is a piece of work.
And my sister says, Jesse, you need to go ahead and take those licks. I said, sis, have you seen what they hit you with? And she was like, no. I said, show her. And so he reached in there and he pulled out this big ass board like this. I said, see, he wants to hit me with that. And she was like, oh, hell no. My sister, who believed in kicking ass, said, oh, hell no, you ain't finna hit. Come on, baby, we going. And we went home for 3 days. Shit. Now, get what? I had to wash dishes. There wasn't going to be no watching no TV and shit like that. I had to wash dishes. I had to clean the whole house. I had to vacuum, clean the windows. My sister had me doing everything. Cutting the grass. She had me sweeping the sidewalk. My sister said them 3 days, she got me up before it was time to go to school. And I didn't go back to bed until after the sun was down and everybody else was asleep.
Yes, Carol. Thunder had holes in it. She asked it. Look, Carol said, did Thunder have holes drilled in it?
Holes in it like this so that the air wouldn't slow it down.
Sky.
When it was getting ready to whack you. And you could hear like, shoo, shoo. And then when it hit, it was like, whack, whack, whack.
How you know? You saw somebody that what?
After that.
I know you. You were the kid that was always never where they were supposed to be in school, and you was always charming and sweet talking all the teachers, just like you sweet talked your sister when she came in there and got you out of that ass whooping. Yeah.
I told her, sis,
You about to burn
you
the
need
bottom.
to
Ain't that
see,
rough?
you need to see this shit that they hitting us with over here.
But he was in the wrong. He should have got whooped with thunder. You should have got thunder.
I know. Listen.
He should have got thunder.
Ain't nobody.
Lightning and thunder.
Ain't nobody finna give me no goddamn thunder.
So check it. So LQ, she's talking about, and I know you're familiar with this, that nowadays when the parents call when the teachers call the parents are cursing the teachers out. So the parents aren't really disciplining or making their kids be accountable. And it's always surprising to me because when my kids, like, I pretty much have good kids, but, they get teenagers, they get mischievous and get into stuff. So, like all you guys know my daughter, Sky.
For broccoli.
And when she's gotten, in trouble at school for something and they call and I'm always cooperative and helpful and all that, they're always surprised. And I'm like, listen, call me anytime. If you have any other problems out of her, let me know. And they're always surprised that they're getting that cooperation like they don't ever get it. And that's what people are saying. They're not getting it. The parents
are. And the reason why
I hold mine accountable.
Because these young parents, they're young and they're trying to be friends and shit with their kids, not because it's a bad thing, but because since they didn't have that connection with their parents and they inside hold this thing where, like, if I had been friends with my parents, I wouldn't have did that and the other. So I'm going to make sure that I'm friends with my kids. And when they do that, they leave some of the old school behind. And when they do that, the children miss out on something. They really do, because the old school, like, men, even nowadays, men that have been around for a little while, they don't want to do shit. You know what I mean? And they think that not doing shit gives them the power to tell their wife to do some shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And that's not how it goes down.
Wow.
When you do what you're supposed to do, you understand? If your woman is slipping a little bit, then when you speak, you can speak with authority because you're in a good place. Because you handling your business. But you ain't handling your business, so you can't say nothing to her. That's what she think. Because she think that she's supposed to be getting some instructions from you. And yeah, that's true. But she got her own set of instructions. But women are not following their own instructions like they're supposed to. And it's not instructions I wrote down. It's instructions that have been handed down.
What instructions do I have? What are you talking about?
From generation to generation to generation.
What instructions do I have as a woman? What are you saying?
You have your own manual.
There you go with that chauvinistic shit.
Hey, you have your own manual.
What manual?
A woman's manual.
Okay, so what is it? Do you know what it is?
I don't have a copy.
So then how do you know when a woman isn't following her
Because
manual?
I have sisters and I have a mother.
My manual is not your sister's manual.
And that's what the problem is right now.
Whatever.
That's the problem. See, you don't have the manual. Nobody gave you the manual, so you just freeloading.
Look, what? Look, Cheyenne said she with me. She said, that's what I'm saying, Angela. What man? What are you talking about? Who wrote my book?
This is proof of what I'm saying.
Now, wait a minute. No.
I got to tell you what the manual says.
Check it out. Now listen to all that he's saying. And mind you, you did hear him say that he didn't really get whoopings. And he doesn't like to whoop either. I will whoop. He doesn't. So it sounds a little contradictory to me. I'm going to be the flip side today.
No, it's not controversial. No,
I didn't say controversial. That's not the word I used.
Okay, what was the word you used?
I'm saying that basically what you're saying is it's not making sense. That's what I'm saying.
Why it don't make sense?
Well, because you're saying one thing on one hand that we need to discipline, but you don't spank.
This is not a spanking topic. It's not about the spanking. That's just one of the different things.
I said you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not contradicting myself. I don't believe in spanking because I didn't believe that spanking should have took place back then. I think that spanking is some shit that come back from Kunta Kinte. You know what I'm saying? Back in them slave days. Either do what I tell you to do, I'm going to whoop your ass. That's how that went. But that was before there was a time.
But the Bible says you spare the rod, you spare the child. I mean, you spoil the child. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah, but we know the shepherd carried a rod. And he didn't beat the fucking sheep with him.
Well, he
had a hook.
Had a hook on it.
He had a hook. And he would reach and grab him and pull him back. That's what you're supposed to do with the rod. Okay. You're supposed to beat the sheep. You beat the sheep, you kill the damn sheep. Sheep ain't no good.
Oh, gosh.
Right? So you don't beat the sheep. It's got a hook on there so that you can hook him and bring him back.
Okay, I like that.
And the hook is the old school.
Well, look,
That's the hook.
Said she used to teach in the school system, and she said a lot of them kids needed thunder. They need thunder. And she also talked about how her mother said, which, I say the same thing. Her mother used to say, I'm not your friend. And I'm not my kid's friend either. Some of my kids are mad at me right now because they say I'm too controlling. I'm like, what do you mean I'm too controlling? I'm your mother.
Yeah, they believe this shit they see on YouTube. Oh, I can, what's that term they use now? I can liberate myself or some shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I can go to the court
and divorce my
parents. Mm-hmm. I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah.
You can divorce your parents. I like to see the judge. First of all, go and file something at the court.
Right.
With your under 18 ass. Go file something. See if they're going to even let you do anything without your parents' consent.
Logan said, not Logan, Mulaney said Logan, who's her husband, she said he won't tear that ass up either, but they know mama comes with great-great-grandma's wooden spoon and it's time to get that attitude straightened the hell up.
Old school.
Go ahead, Mulaney.
Who do you know talking about getting a wooden spoon these days?
Right, yeah, you don't hear that.
That's old school. See, when you hold on to the old school, and like I said, it's not really about ass whoopings, because I don't believe in ass whoopings, because I believe that is a slavery-introduced thing. We didn't beat our children back in the day. Back in the day when we lived before we became these slaves.
How you know?
How do I know?
You wasn't there.
Because, well, wait a minute. My mother was there. My father was there. My great uncle was there. My auntie, who would be alive, if she was alive right now, she'd be 115 years old. She was there. Mm-hmm. And they would tell the stories of their childhood, which is old school. Mm-hmm. But now the old schools don't want to be heard because they know there ain't nobody going to listen. And so they get tired and they just give up. But you have met somebody that ain't going to never give up. I'm going to be old school until there's no school. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Until I'm out of class, I'm going to be old school because I know the essence of the things that were introduced to me as a child that I still carry with me. And I've tried to impart that to these children, my grandchildren, these younger children. They don't hear it. They have too much distractions. And we allow it because we want our children to be happy, so we get them a cell phone. We want our children to be happy, so we get them an iPad. We get them a computer. We get them all of this shit. They're always on these devices, watching all this shit on TV, listening to whatever kind of music because we're so busy.
True.
We're busy. We're busy trying to pay for the damn cell phone, for the internet, for the cable. Hell, those three alone, you spending $500 a month just on that shit. You know what I mean? And so they're entertained. You understand? And when you don't give it to them, they go, and you don't want to see your kids unhappy. So you're like, okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm. And they playing you. Right. Back in the day, you cried, and they told you if you didn't shut the fuck up, you're going to get an ass whooping to give you something to cry about. But now, things have changed. So we let the babysitter become the TV, the radio, the computer, the cell phone. Your children is under the stairwell at school sucking dick. Woo! In the bathroom getting screwed. You know what I'm saying? We did crazy shit when I was in school, but we always got caught. But now the kids are just doing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And the old school is becoming the no school. There's no school left. The old school, so I'm obligated. I didn't ask for this job. It's actually a pain in the ass to try to teach people some shit they don't know nothing about. But I'm going to keep on trying to teach it. And a lot of times when you hear me say shit like, a woman needs to shut the fuck up. That's old school. And old school was like, the old dudes be sitting around and say, yeah, your woman don't need to know everything. You don't need to tell her everything. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
And now it's like the woman has to know everything.
I got to know everything.
And if she don't know, she's going to go in the closet and she's going to get her fucking crystal ball.
Yep, I sure am.
And she's going to do some witchery shit. And before you know it, she's going to know the truth. Yep. She's going to smell your drawers and all that shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. But the old school is like, okay, man, look, take out the trash, cut the grass, edge it, through the bushes, make sure stuff is right, wash the car, vacuum it out, Do the stuff the man is supposed to do. And then the woman, when you tell her, listen, okay, what's for dinner? Oh, I'm too busy. And I'm old school, so I'm like, wait a minute, man, you been too busy, but I gotta eat, babe. Well, there's TV dinner in there.
He cooks more than me and better than me, so cook.
There's TV dinner in there. Look, there's pork and beans in the can.
Nikisha said no need for a closet. It's called intuition. We don't need a closet. We do have intuition.
See, special powers.
Listen, y'all can see Black has something on his chest because he ain't even letting nobody get a word in edgewise.
Special powers.
Let me read some of these comments in here. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Where my boys at, though?
They're commenting, but you talking, they ain't getting a word in edgewise.
Oh, I see Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph
all right.
was on there. Okay, so Joseph said, hard labor for punishment. The holes also create a vacuum when they make contact. Damn. Now that sounds like some slavery stuff to me. Okay, so hold up. So, no, Audrey, and I'm not drinking Durante yet. I don't get to have a drink until midnight, okay? And my Durante has not arrived, but it'll be here this week.
Who said bad as fuck?
Okay, yeah. So wait. So Nikisha said that's true. The parents are reckless now. I used to work in the school office and had to tell the parents your kid is bad as fuck. So now somebody also
did you use that language?
It was evangelist Liz Watson, I think it was, if I'm saying it right. She was talking about I don't remember hearing about this, but here it is. Yep. Some parents don't care, don't discipline right, and then let them get away with things. She said just like what were the parents doing when those two young kids stabbed and killed that Uber lady delivering food. And then she said, as for me, I don't play. My grown kids are still scared of me. Laugh out loud. So, yeah, I would want to know what is in their minds that they're doing stuff like that. Did you just kill an innocent person for nothing?
Well, there's a lot of things happening. You can't put it on the one thing. The enemy is running rampant. He's really running rampant. And he's using all of these devices to get into the minds of our children.
Agreed.
And, like this PlayStation stuff, right? The kids playing PlayStation.
Which I wasn't for it, but this one let him get it. You see what I'm saying here?
But you know what? He's playing E for everyone. And no T for teen and R and all that old shit. Because they're playing these games. The guy comes, pow, 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 shoots the guy. His eyeball falls out. Blood skeeting all out his head. Then he got to run over there and eat a pill. And then he get his life back. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
You shoot somebody with a gun, they're dead.
Yeah.
It's over. Ain't no you going to get another life kind of shit. So they're being desensitized. They're being lied to through all of this programming. And because we're busy and we're not watching over them and we're not scrutinizing and observing because we're busy trying to pay for the cell phone and the iPad and the internet and the cable and all of this shit. And these $400 pair of jeans. Never get one up in this motherfucker. I don't have no $400 jeans.
Hey, I used to have $500 pairs of jeans.
But this is what I'm talking about. We are off track. And not only are we off track with our children, we're off track with each other.
True that. So
we're off track with each other because we've lost
that's true.
This old school thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like not there. And my old school shit sometimes makes her mad as fuck.
Yeah, we butt heads sometimes. He be hardcore sometimes. Like he's like Bernie Mac. Talk to the kids crazy and all that kind of stuff. That's how Bernie, I would see Bernie Mac do that. I'm like, I wasn't raised like that. Don't talk to them like that.
I'll be listen. I will fuck a kid up.
And he just all bark and no damn bite.
But you know what? If you got a badass dog in the yard and that mug got some teeth and he got to bark on them, not like, but your motherfucker on the other side of the fence be like, shit, I'm not going back there. So, the bark is important. It's important. You got a little pussy ass bark. And somebody come back and kick your dog like a football. They kick him over the fence. Kill him. One kick. Get you a pit bull, a Rottweiler, a Doberman. You know what I'm saying? A Mastiff. Put him in the backyard. You can leave your wallet out there. And if the dog don't eat it, the mug ain't going nowhere.
Really, Nikisha? Okay, wait, let me see. So Bert says, for every action, there's an equal reaction, consequences for that. And nowadays, parents fail their children if they don't teach them that. Okay?
That's true.
And Queen C, Carol says, it's difficult to come from various backgrounds and experiences to find a happy, healthy medium for raising children. Similar to how we experience and express sexuality. Parents need advisors and or counselors to help create balance. I definitely believe that to be true. Okay. Somebody talked about gentle correction. And I think it also varies for children, per child. Like, I mean, I think some children need their asses beat, right? But then some you can talk to and then they will correct what they've done wrong, and you don't need to put your hands on them. But
psychological warfare is like extreme, all right? Because you prisoner of war, right? So you're a prisoner of war, and you expect to get your ass whooped. In there, you a POW, you at the enemy's camp. He's kicking your ass. You expect that. What you don't expect is that they give you sleep deprivation. As soon as you go to sleep, they wake your ass up. You know what I mean? Soon as you get thirsty, they take away the water.
Oh, gosh.
Soon as you get hungry, they don't give you no food.
Oh, my gosh.
The psychological thing, the same way it's messing up our children.
I promise y'all
psychologically,
we don't do that in our household.
The same way that they're being affected psychologically is the same way you need to correct them psychologically. You understand? Because ain't nobody beating their ass to get them to do wrong. So you have to beat their ass to make them do right. You have to be you got to outthink them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like iPad?
Wait, Joseph says sleep deprivation is real.
Oh, hell yeah. And you've been cooperating like a motherfucker. Hey, man, you want a sandwich? Yeah. You got shit on it, give it here. Because you are so deprived of sleep that you become weak. And that's why you give people pacifiers. You know the baby be crying, wah, wah, and then you put a pie. He ain't getting shit. He ain't getting no milk. He ain't getting no titty. He ain't getting nothing, but you gave him a pacifier, and he cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do. You need to do reverse on their ass. So if you like iPad, give me that.
Damn.
You like your phone? Give me that. You like TV? Grab the cable. No more cable. I'm not paying the bill. You know what I mean? Go to your fucking room.
Wait, Bert is not with you on this because Bert said, and an ass whooping is just as effective. Bert said he whoops ass in his house.
Yeah, no. I'm not knocking you because that's old school. Mm-hmm. Getting the ass whooping is old school. But the same way I didn't take an ass whooping then, it's not the same way I'm not going to take an ass whooping now. And I'm not going to ass whoop my kids because I'm going to psychologically. And I may die and never see it. But when you plant a good seed, it might take a while to grow, but it's going to bear good fruit. You understand, Peter? And I'll tell you why. My oldest son is 42 years old. Okay? And when he was 13, and I would give him these lectures and shit. I'll be talking to him.
Yes.
I would talk to his ass. He'd be at the table like this, look.
Right.
I'm like, you can't even stay awake. If we was watching some bullshit movie, you'd be wide awake. You know what I'm saying? But since I'm trying to tell you some good stuff. But you know what?
Girl, Nikisha, we are married to the same man. Oh, my God.
About 2 weeks ago,
we are married to the same man. Okay.
Me and my 42-year-old son went to a train show. We spent the whole day together. And after the train show, we went over to a train club and looked inside. It was fascinating. Me and him had never done this. And so afterwards, we were standing in the parking lot having a father and son talk. And he was telling me about his sons, which are now teenagers. And he says, yo, Pop, you know those talks we used to have? He said, man, I hated them talks. I hated them. He said, but you know what, Pop? He said, man, thank you. And I almost got teary-eyed and shit. Because to be able to bear witness to the fruit that had grown. And now he's a father.
And his kids are giving him hell.
Giving him flux.
Yeah.
The flux. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, son, I said, you're going to get older, you're going to have kids, and they're fucking going to give it all back to you. Because you're planting seeds. But I was planting seeds too, in him. And when he told me that he appreciated me, that he understood now what I was telling him then, that let me know that it wasn't in vain. Those talks when he was going to sleep, I would talk to him for 10 days.
Facts, Nikisha. Yes, we are.
And so, what I'm saying is that some of us, not all of us, but some of us have been given charge because at one time we were the minors, and today we're the elders. And so the elders have a responsibility to keep that which they know is right alive.
Yes, Joseph, principle over rules. That's what I say. Principles over rules. So let me read some comments. So, first of all, Cheyenne, I'm dying laughing. She says, oh my God, this is birth control for me. She's like, shit, after all y'all talking about, I'm not having no kids. And then Joseph says, spanking, corporal punishment is a form of discipline. Some feel it's right, some don't. Amisha says her grandma got her ass whooped, so she don't know what you're talking about how back in the day they didn't get whoopings. She said her mother
Who didn't get whoopings?
You said back in the day they didn't beat kids. You said back in the day, and I said, how do you know? You said because my mother was there, my grandmother, blah blah blah. That's what you said.
Well, I'm just saying that when you go back beyond slavery, so your grandma, I don't know how she is, no due respect, I mean no disrespect, but your grandmother said, you said she got ass whoopings, right? Your grandmother, is she still living? If she's still living, how old is she? And if she's in her 80s, 90s, guess what? She knows about that slavery shit. And she can honestly tell you, hey, we got our ass whooped, but it stemmed from this. Because that's what we have been taught. Taught. But the thing about it is, before that time, we come from an illustrious past.
She said her grandma's 81.
81, see? We came from an illustrious past. And that illustrious past, if you research it, where they don't put that shit on the internet unless you really know what you're looking for. And they don't teach it in the schools because it's not part of the curriculum.
Amisha says she disagrees. You got to do your history or research if you haven't already. That's what he's talking about, history.
No, not his story, but your story. And you got to understand that there was a time before you was a Negro. There was a time before you was an African American. There was a time before you were colored and before you were black. You understand? Before you was an Afro-American. Because in the past 50 years, our nationality has changed damn near every 5 years. Our nationality goes from one thing to the other. But before I was called black or Puerto Rican or Latino or Hispanic, all of these damn names, we came from a people. And those people had a past. But it's not told. And since we don't know it, we do what we were told. And what we were told was never to put us in a position of power, but to keep us in a position of submission under the rule of those who were in power so that we would never rise up and do what we were supposed to do, because as long as they have us misinformed, they have us under control, like birth control.
Ooh, and then somebody else was talking about the TV being, that's why they call it programming, because
Absolutely.
it programs you, right?
When you live in the projects. Project? Why is it called a project? Why did they used to study little rats in mazes and shit? Why do they stick monkeys with different vaccines and shit, right? To see if it's going to work. Because they're experimenting. Just like they're experimenting on this vaccine shit right now.
I was talking to Ray about that earlier. I was like, I am not getting that vaccine and that's a whole
It's
nother
crazy.
topic. We won't even get into that.
I got a partner who's a fireman. And because he's a fireman, he's required because of his job, because he deals with so many people. He's a paramedic and a fireman. He had to take this shot. He said, yo, man. He said, I got the chills. And I lost all sense of taste and smell. But he was telling me about some of his other partners. He said some of his other friends that were firemen, boy, they was damn near dying from this stuff. And so it doesn't affect everybody the same way. Understand that. But there's something crazy about that. Because a lot of people have A blood, B positive, O,
RH negative.
RH negative. They got all these different blood types. They take this vaccine. One person sweats, the other one don't. One person feels like they're going to die. The other person says, I can't taste shit. That's it. I got the chills for a couple of hours, and that
see,
was good.
Yeah, see, look, Bert said we need to talk about the vaccine. I said it's a whole different topic. You're going to go all the way off topic with that.
No, because look, all of a sudden, there's some new shit, right? All of a sudden now, out of nowhere, boom, Corona. The Corona's out. I don't know where they came from. They said it was because somebody ate some bad bat meat.
What? I don't think I heard that.
They said it was at the market and some bat meat got in some shit.
I think that was a movie.
No, I mean, they talking about this shit, I'm telling you. Then they said it was made in the lab. They said all this kind of stuff, right? And so, let's run and get the vaccine. Then you're looking on the TV and they show you the damn ball with the little spikes on it. That's the virus.
Yes, Amisha, you're right.
This is what it looks like. We got to kill it. Because now, this thing has no fucking brains. But if you try to kill it, it's going to change up. Because they trying to kill us this way. Let's go that way. I'm like, damn, this is like some really smart shit. We got almost 500,000 people dead.
Oh, Sandra says, ¿Cómo estás, Boricua? Hello.
¿Qué pasa, mi amor? Siempre, ya tú sabes. And so, when people are sitting here, and I've got friends that'll be like, man, this coronavirus stuff it's fake. They're building up the numbers. It's like people, you know what? The guy had a heart condition, and he got corona and died. He died from the heart condition.
Babe, you are so off topic. Wait, I want to read some.
This is all new shit, though.
Yes.
That's what my point is. The old school is, you used to get sick, they rub some lemon on your forehead.
Or give you some Robitussin or some Vicks. I used to eat Vicks as a
cod
kid.
liver oil.
Did anybody else on here used
Castor
to eat
oil.
Vicks? When I got a cold when I was younger, my stepdad gave me Vicks, made us eat it. I mean, take a big glob out of it. And
eat some Vicks, now you die.
Look, and within an hour, I'd be coughing up all the phlegm, and cold was gone by morning.
If you take some Vicks and eat it now, you're going to the emergency room. Because they don't make this shit like they used to.
Yeah, that's true.
Because everything's so new. So everything that I'm talking about,
Yes,
although you say
onion on your feet, yes.
Onion on your feet, liver, you take some daggone eggs with some garlic and rub it behind your ear with some salt.
There's another
put it on your tooth.
One of my girls used to, she's from Trinidad and Tobago. She took one of the kids, I think it was DJ, was real congested and I couldn't get all the mucus out. So she took was it rosemary and then some type of coconut oil and rub it on his scalp, and all of it started draining out of his nose. Just that.
And now we're so modernized and so high tech that the moment you get sick, you run your ass to Walgreens and get some Formula 44. Because you don't want to gargle with salt water. That's some old shit. That shit don't work. Yeah. Okay. Now they used to live, back in the day, they lived till 90, 100, 105.
And what's the life expectancy rate now?
You dropping dead at 50 and 60. You know what I mean? And it's like, because everything is, I'm sick, I want to take this pill. Boop. I want to take a diet. Pill. Boop. I'm trying to lose weight. Boop. Boop. Pop these pills, and these people are giving you all of this poison.
Let's not even talk about
And then you're eating food.
Cosmetic surgery.
I got a degree in horticulture. You wouldn't believe it, right? And they're taking the corn, used to be good. Corn was about this big. Oh, delicious, juicy. Now the corn is this big. And you bite it, and you have to chew it for 30 minutes before you can get that shit down your stomach. You take a shit 3 days later, you're still shitting corn out.
Oh my
You know what
God.
I mean? Because your body can't digest it. So artificial corn, they take the corn, they grow it. They got hormone growth regulators on it.
Yeah.
They got all of these poisons on it because, they're selling everything by the pound. So if you can take one corn and make it weigh 5 pounds as opposed to 1 pound, guess what? You made more money. Not giving a shit about the fact that you're going to grow an extra ear on your fucking head, or your kid's going to grow up retarded, hypertension at 2,
my God.
diabetes at 3,
all
autism. They trying to give them drugs because they want to run and play. They don't want them to run and play. Sit in that fucking seat, don't you move. And if you move, hey, guess what? He's got attention deficit disorder. ADD, HDD, elemental P. They got, here, take this pill. This is all the new shit. Back in the day.
Somebody come get him.
Back in the day, we was bad as fuck. Ain't none of us had HDDD. You know what I'm saying? You was just a badass fuck kid, and we're gonna hit you with thunder.
Oh Lord, wait. So Christiana's on here. She said her mom is or grandmom or mom is 97 years old. Okay, wait. So I want to read some comments. Okay, so Carol said boys and girls don't always need the same methods used. She said her mom raised 3 girls single with lots of talking and some whippings. She said I tried that with my 3 boys and have to revisit that whole concept.
Yeah.
Melanie says, yeah, Zoe told me 3 times today she's going to be her kid's friend. I said, well, don't bring their bad ass to my house.
Smart. You're so smart, baby.
Nikisha said the kids have a sense of entitlement when we talked about buying them all the things. And Joseph said he didn't raise 3 friends in his house. He raised 3 children. Okay. Okay. That's Michael's phone. Okay. Then Bert says, no, wait. Melanie says absolutely too many parents are buying love. So that's buying all the things just to try to, especially if they're not spending the quality time, then they're trying to make up for it. Michael! He can't hear it. Okay, Bert, yeah, these kids are being raised by YouTube, TikTok, the internet. Parents are so busy working their asses off, trying to provide.
To pay for the shit that you just waste them. Internet, cable,
Look, Bert
cell
said,
phone.
me and Keisha are kindred spirits, and y'all two are kindred spirits. She's like, when things open up, we're going to have a blast when we get together, because I swear we're married to the same damn person. Every time.
I'm just saying, we come from the school. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's coming from the school. This shit now, it's like, if we're allowing, because we're so busy, if we're allowing somebody else to raise our children, then you send them to school for 8 hours a day? 8 hours, 8, 9 hours, they're at school being taught by some fuck you don't even know. Oh, don't get me wrong, I think teachers are outstanding. And they put up with a lot of shit. And they're underpaid and they should be treated better. You understand? And they got the hand side politics, people playing, oh, I'm the director, I'm this, I'm the board senior bullshit. And the kids are being fucked around because you got these assholes in office. At the end of the day, your children are going to school for 8, 9 hours a day. They're under the care of somebody else's supervision, somebody else's rules, somebody else's direction. Then they come home, and then you're tired, they're tired, the day is over with, you go to bed. So now there's a detachment. All these things that I'm mentioning are in combination with each other. It's not no one thing and the other. It's a whole bunch of shit.
Right.
But if the old man, the old school, doesn't speak on this, make it an issue, you're like, no, that's some bullshit. No, it don't go that way. No, stop it. We don't do that. Then the dying breed is dying. And we're going to let it die because we're tired. Oh, fucking fight, man. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. We can't do that. So I feel
I'll
obligated.
admit, I sometimes be like, fuck it. She going to do what she going to do, and she ain't going to listen.
I feel
I'm not going to keep
obligated.
stressing myself out. Let her learn on her own.
I feel
I'm
obligated. I feel like I have to hold on to it. I have to teach it. I have to speak it. A lot of times I'll be saying things and y'all be thinking, God damn, he's a chauvinist. And
oh, God.
I got to be chauvinistic because there were certain things, like I said, the men be sitting around and be playing dominoes, talking shit. You know what I mean? We're like, yo, so your old lady said you could come out and play today?
Say, wait, I want to read some more comments. These are really good comments.
Go ahead.
In combination of what you were saying about the games and just everything, how everybody's being programmed, right? So Carol says games are desensitizing them and preparing them for the future. And then also Cammie had said that it's normalizing violence. So when you talked about the videos where they shoot them and the eye falls out and then they're back alive again.
Right.
Wait, Misha says hit him in the head to the white meat, bust him to the white meat.
See, that's old school.
So Evangelist Liz Watson says, I manhandled my son because he tried to take me there and act like he's grown and talk back. And baby, I had him in a headlock and wrapped his arms and went in and beat his butt and he's 13. She said, don't try me no more. She is not the one. She said, I ain't the one.
That's old school.
So Joseph says a lot of parents don't want to tell their children no. They didn't like no, so they didn't want to say no. So there's nothing wrong with no. No is a complete sentence, right? Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so Cheyenne says she agrees that it varies by child in regards to, corporal punishment, spankings, or whatever. She said, I would just rebel more the more I got corrected. See, that's true. A lot of people, spankings don't work for everybody. That's why I said it's different for different kids, because you can spank them and it just makes them more rebellious. Like I said, I got spanked a lot. And I wouldn't say I was a bad kid. I was really looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for attention and stuff like that, and just trying to do what I wanted to do. And when you're a child, unfortunately, you can't do whatever you want to do, or has to be a consequence.
I think that everybody has a responsibility, not just me, but I'm speaking about what I feel, my responsibility. But I think that all of us, as parents, as adults, have a responsibility to hold on to that stuff from the back day. Hold on to it. Don't let it go. Teach it. Keep it alive. You understand? Because if we don't keep it alive, then we're truly going to be lost. Because they keep changing shit up on us. And we don't have nothing the same anymore. But I remember, this is something that probably some of y'all going to remember. There was a can that was kept on the stove. And when you fried your bacon, your sausage,
you put the grease in the can.
You pour the grease.
I remember that.
In the can.
And we reused that grease.
And that grease stay up there a week, 2 weeks, 30 days. And when you make some beans.
Beans?
You would take the pork grease and put it in your beans.
No, we didn't make beans and put oil in it and grease in it. Sorry.
White people.
Leave my white people alone.
I'm talking about black people on this side of the tracks. We didn't eat steaks and shit. Our steak was a piece of bologna. Fried, when it would boil up like this.
I used to love fried bologna and put syrup on it. I would fry it and it would
White
bubble up
people
and pour syrup in it.
putting syrup on on the fucking bologna. You see? They fucking up the game. I ain't saying nothing bad about white people. I'm just saying they do shit different. Because they're on the other side of the track.
Whatever.
And she was on the other side of the track with them.
Okay, wait. So I got to read Mulaney's comment because I relate to this. I might learn something from this.
Okay.
So she said, but whooping stopped working for her oldest. She said she got caught hiding a cell phone she got from a friend. They will get cell phones. This damn Sky then got about 4 or 5 different cell phones she keeps sneaking and buying on OfferUp and all of that BS. So watch your kids. They sneaking phones and having them delivered from OfferUp. And then she said she's been grounded from hers since August. She said, I went and packed her shit up in boxes. She has a folder of chores above her normal stuff. She has to write 30 sentences a day of positive motivation. She has 7 days of work, and she will go get 1 box of her choice out of the shed. So she got her stylish jeans, her makeup, her hair, her tools, etc. Everything she loves taken away. And she's going to learn respect, responsibility, and learn to value her shit.
See,
I like that.
And is psychological.
Go ahead, Mulaney. Woo woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
Mulaney, I'm gonna take a page from
you
your
remember when
book.
I said, take that shit? That's what you're doing.
I'm gonna have to take
and
a
that
page
shit
from your
works.
Book.
Because it's like, I was telling my daughter the other day. I said, she's 16. She's like, I'm 16, yeah. I'm 16 now. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
She almost grown.
You ain't got a job. Your ass ain't paid a bill up in this mug, but you 16 eating my groceries. So you got to follow what?
I was like, who are you talking to?
Talking to my son. He stick his head out. He wanted something, but right now it's not the time. Take your ass in the room. So that's old school. So I was telling her, I says, you know what? For the first time in a while, I've actually seen you grow. She's, doing some things. I says, when you do things that you don't want to do, and you do them, things that you don't like to do, and you do them, it's a sign of maturity because you're exercising restraint. Now, you're showing me something. But it didn't come lightly. Boy, you talking about long-ass conversations. You talk about this one here, ass whoopings, the whole shebang. You know what I mean? And it took a while. But we stayed on it. And guess what? It's working. So I want you to know that maybe the old school that we done let fall off, we need to bring it back. Because that's what got us here. And if we want to go on further, then we don't want to keep something that we know works. Don't let everything that they bring to you change who you are. Change the way you do things because you want to be modernized. Fuck being modernized. Because modernized is cool in the proper perspective. But when you start messing with something that ain't broke, and you trying to fix something that ain't broke, and you want to change something that don't need to be changed, then you messing up. And you're affecting the future of our children, the future of our grandchildren. So hold on. Hold on to the old school. Don't let it go. Hold on to it. Teach it to your children. Because they might act like they don't know right now. But the mind is photographic and it never forgets. And when the time is right, that seed that you planted will break the soil and the fruit will grow and it will be sweet.
Ooh, mic drop. Okay, I gotta say this. We gotta go because we're now coming up on our time. But Carol Queen C, I have to disagree with you here. So she says, y'all keep messing with cans of old used oil. Y'all ain't gonna be around for old school nothing. And she says evolve. So we were talking about that's what we did back in the day. That's what our parents did.
You can't do that now.
But they're still alive. Look, back
you
then
can't
they
do that
did it,
now.
and now they're like
the shit is different.
It's different now.
If you take and put something on the stove and think you're gonna leave it there, and you open it up and a monster come out. Pick up some shit that growed up in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that now. Back then, you can go get 15 cents of bologna.
Oh, God.
Now you got to go buy Oscar Mayer. It costs you $6. You know what I'm saying? And you go down to the grocery store, I need 5 cents worth of sugar and 3 slices of bread and shit. Now you can't do that no more.
My grandfather used to get the bologna with the little red string around it.
Yeah.
Look, it's the whole big old loaf, I guess, and they would cut it and you peel the red
right.
thing.
Call it rag bologna.
Rag bologna?
That's what it's called.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, because it had that red thing around it.
And then he had the
red
bacon
rag.
with the little hard piece on the side. I hated that bacon because I wanted to eat the whole piece and I couldn't eat that hard piece of bacon on the side. What was that anyway?
The skin.
It was too hard. Okay, wait.
But we used to eat pig feet and shit.
No, never. No
You know what I
chitlins,
mean?
no pig feet.
Pig
not
feet.
your girl. Not your girl. Okay, so wait. So, and Mulaney, she didn't say it like this, but I'm going to say it. This white girl, Mulaney says, hell no syrup on that shit, girl. Mustard and fried bologna.
Bam!
And she's a white girl. So now you talk about me.
No.
And I ain't the white girl and I eat syrup and bologna.
There's something going on over there. You might look white, you got blue eyes, blonde hair, but you got something in you. I'm telling you.
She's a Texan.
That's the South. You know what I mean? You got that shit. You was hanging out with some black kids or something when you was a kid. Some white people be doing some weird shit. You know, raw eggs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Half-boiled eggs and all that. I was like, we don't eat that slimy shit. But that's, raw meat, bloody. Give me my steak bloody. You cut it and blood dripping all out the shit. I'm like, what the hell is that? That's the difference in culture. All right? So if you eating your shit fried, crispy, bacon crispy, you know what I'm saying? And you eating that old hog head cheese and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Souse meat. What about that? What is
That's
souse?
hog head cheese.
Oh, gross.
You know what I mean? But she'll eat a hot dog.
No, I don't eat hot dogs.
And she'll go out to the Cheesecake Factory and get a hairnet in her shit.
Oh, God. Here we go again. They don't even know what you're talking about. We're coming up on our time. Any last words? You gave some last words a few moments ago, and it was great. But you have anything else to say before we go? And listen, y'all know these are the type of topics that Black like to talk about. I don't like to talk about this type of shit, but apparently y'all were into it because we probably have more comments tonight than we've ever had. So everybody had an opinion about this thing right here. I'm just saying.
Well, it's like this here. I'm usually going to be taking the flip side. And that's going to be more old school. She's going to be taking the other side, which is more new school. And, that's why we got this fine mix, because she's going to come from one side, I'm going to come from the other. But at the end of the day, we have to hold on to something. Because if you don't stand on something, you're going to fall for anything. And that's what's happening these days. People are falling for whatever. Next week they come out with a new trend. Now they got these guys wearing skinny jeans, no socks, floods, and then fancy shoes on. Or tennis shoes with a suit on and shit like that. We was like, what? This shit done gone too far. Now guys are carrying purses and shit. I'm like, yo, hold up. Guys showing their drawers and all that. I'm like, yo, hold up. You understand? Because now everything's changing up. I want you to know and understand that everything doesn't have to change. Everything doesn't have to change. You can hold on to some stuff that'll keep you straight and keep you going forward. And it'll keep your children. So don't just think about your children in the sense that you want to make them happy. Because happy is for a moment. When you give a foundation, that's for a lifetime. So, you know, it might not always feel good, but somebody, and that somebody is you, and you. You better hold on to what you know and teach it. Don't let it die.
All right. Mic drop on that.
Love y'all. We gonna be back to talking shit like we always do.
Yes, we'll choose a
She
lighter.
don't want to talk about serious stuff. She want to laugh all the time.
I just want to laugh all the time.
But we was laughing tonight. We was talking about some serious shit. For everybody that joined us tonight, we love you. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for your comments.
Love y'all too.
We hope and pray that you all will be safe, that you don't let anybody rock you to sleep by a lullaby telling you that shit ain't real. Pay attention.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Look around. When you get out of your car, make sure there's not a van parked next to your ass. Snatch you in and you disappear. Watch your children. They're stealing them. Pay attention. There's a lot of racial tensions out there. Don't pay attention too much of that shit on the news because they're brainwashing you to thinking that things are impossible. As long as we remain true to one another, as long as we love one another, as long as we're kind and we're patient and we endure the test, everything will pass us by and we'll still remain. Stay safe and know that you're loved, if by nobody else, but by us. You're loved. Take care.
Love you guys. Good night.
All right. Take
Thanks,
care.
Nikisha.